After the reign of King Solomon, the United Kingdom of Israel reached a turning point. A nation that had once stood together under one king would soon be divided. The northern tribes of Israel would separate from the house of David, creating a new kingdom with a new king. His name was Jeroboam. He was a man chosen for a remarkable opportunity. God gave him authority, a kingdom, and a promise that could have established his family for generations. But the choices Jeroboam made would change the course of Israel's history forever. This is the story of the first king of the northern kingdom of Israel.
After Solomon's death, his son Rehoboam became king. But the people of Israel were divided. Many had grown weary under the heavy burdens placed upon them during Solomon's reign. When the people asked Rehoboam to lighten their load, he refused to listen. Instead of showing wisdom, he chose pride. The result was a nation divided. The northern tribes rejected the rule of David's house and made Jeroboam their king. A new kingdom was born, the northern kingdom of Israel. At first, everything seemed to be falling into place for Jeroboam. But God had given him a warning. Through the prophet Ahijah, Jeroboam was told that if he would obey God and walk faithfully, his kingdom could be established. The future was full of promise. But Jeroboam faced a powerful temptation: fear.
Jeroboam looked at his new kingdom and saw a problem. The temple of God was still in Jerusalem. 3 times a year, the people were commanded to gather there for worship. Jeroboam feared that if the people continued traveling south to Jerusalem, their loyalty would eventually return to the house of David. Instead of trusting God's promise, Jeroboam trusted his own plans. He created a new system of worship. In the cities of Bethel and Dan, he established golden calves and told the people, "Here are your gods, Israel." The decision was not just political, it was spiritual. Jeroboam was attempting to replace what God had commanded with something that was easier and more convenient. He built new places of worship. He appointed his own priests. He created his own festivals. A kingdom built on God's promise was now being shaped by human fear.
God did not abandon Jeroboam immediately. Instead, he sent a prophet from Judah to warn him. The prophet came to Bethel as Jeroboam stood beside the altar. He declared that the altar would one day be torn down and that God would bring judgment upon the false worship that had been established there. Jeroboam became angry. He stretched out his hand and commanded that the prophet be seized. But suddenly, his hand became withered. The king who had reached out in anger was now unable to move his own hand. Then, Jeroboam asked the prophet to pray for him. The prophet prayed, and Jeroboam's hand was restored. God had shown mercy. The king had witnessed God's power firsthand. This was a moment where Jeroboam could have turned back. But sadly, his heart remained unchanged.
Jeroboam's greatest failure was not a single mistake. It was a pattern of choosing what seemed practical over what was faithful, a pattern of allowing fear to guide his decisions, a pattern that would influence generations after him. The kings who followed him would repeatedly be judged by one phrase: they followed the sins of Jeroboam. His name became a warning, a reminder that leaders do not only shape their own lives, they shape the lives of those who follow.
A decision made by one king affected an entire nation. Jeroboam ruled Israel for many years. The kingdom experienced moments of strength and prosperity. Cities grew, trade increased, life continued. But beneath the success was a deeper problem. The nation had moved further away from God. Eventually, Jeroboam died, and his son Nadab became king. But Nadab inherited more than a throne. He inherited the consequences of his father's choices. The kingdom appeared strong on the outside, but the foundation had already begun to weaken.
The story of Jeroboam is more than the story of an ancient king. It is a story about choices, about fear, about leadership, and about the consequences of turning away from God's direction. Jeroboam was given an incredible opportunity. He could have built a kingdom remembered for faithfulness. Instead, he built a legacy of compromise. His story reminds us that it's temporary. Power without wisdom is dangerous. And the decisions we make today can influence generations tomorrow. The kingdom of Israel would continue. New kings would rise. New battles would come. But the consequences of Jeroboam's choices would remain. In the next episode of Bible Stories 1989, we will continue the story of the Northern Kingdom. It's a kingdom already shaped by his father's decisions.